At least 21 species of shark live in British waters year-round. It comes as no surprise then that an array of shark and ray egg cases wash up on UK shores and beaches. I was joined by Kat, who is a conservation officer at the Shark Trust, to find out more about shark egg cases and hopefully find some myself on Wembury Beach. So for those that don't know what an egg case is, could you just describe what it is?
So different species of shark skates and rays lay egg cases, which are tough, leathery capsules, which will keep the juvenile safe inside as it develops.
So Kat, I see you have different types of egg cases here. Could you just talk us through what these are?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, we've got these ones which are from different types of cat sharks. So they look quite similar, but this one's from the small spotted cat shark, and then this one's from the nurse hound, which is a slightly bigger type of cat shark. So you can see they've got these really curly tendrils, which the female will kind of wrap around the seaweed, and they'll stay there as the embryo inside is growing and developing. And for a species like this, the nurse hound, it's about 9 months or so that they take to develop and then to hatch. So then, as well as the cat shark ones that tend to have those curly tendrils, we've got the skate and the ray egg cases that have got these pointy horns on each corner. And generally they're laid on the seabed, and they've got kind of a bit of a mucous membrane over them, which will attract things like sand and detritus and bits of weed, and they'll help kind of weigh them down whilst the juvenile's developing inside. So there's quite a few different sizes and shapes and forms that they come in as well. So this one here is from a flapper skate, which is about 3 metres long. So it needs an equally large egg case to house the juvenile as it develops inside. This species is critically endangered now, and you're not likely to find this one on many beaches, so you'd need to be kind of right up in the western coast of Scotland or up in Orkney to find this one.
So what's the difference between these and these?
So these ones have just been soaked in water. When you find them on the beach, they're quite often quite dry, they're quite brittle, they kind of break quite easily. So if you find one, if you soak it in water for a while, you can see that it kind of expands, so kind of returns to its natural state. They're a lot more flexible, they're a lot tougher, so you can see how that will have protected the baby inside.
So out of all of these species, which ones are we most likely to find on this beach?
So down here, you're likely to find both species of cat shark that are more commonly found, so the nurse hound and then the small spotted cat shark as well. You'd also find the spotted ray and the thornback ray, probably the blonde ray, the small-eyed ray. So there's probably about 7 or 8 different species that you can find on a beach like this down here. Nice. And across the other beaches in England, what else can you find? So throughout the UK, wherever there's a beach, then you can get out Eggcase hunting, and we want the public to tell us what they're finding as well.
Sure.
So off the southwest coast of Ireland, you might find a white skate. Off the coast of Scotland, you've got the flapper skate. Further along in West Sussex, you're finding a lot of undulate rays. Up in Shetland, there's the starry skate. So it really changes as you move around the coastline as to what you're likely to find and how many of them as well.
Amazing. Well, the sun has turned to rain, so I'm thinking we get on our waterproofs and then get searching.
Yeah, sounds great.
Sounds like a plan. So where do we start when searching for egg cases?
So we're going to start looking in the strand line, which is where all the seaweed washes in. So you get your seaweed, your shells, bits of crabs, the cuttlefish bones, and that's where the egg cases are most likely to kind of wash into. As well as searching there, it's always worth looking to the back of the beach as well.
Sure.
They're really light when they're empty, so the wind picks them up and blows them further along, so they tend to get kind of trapped at the base of cliffs and in the grasses as well up there.
Yes. So what do we do when we find an egg case?
So first of all, you've got to identify what you found.
Sure.
So for that, we've got an ID guide on our website. We've got an app as well. So you can look at the different features of the egg case, the size, different shapes, and you can identify what species it's from. There's a step-by-step ID tool to help you identify what you found. There's an encyclopedia of species you can look through that are egg laying in the UK waters. And then you submit your record as well. So you can take a photo and upload that and pinpoint your exact location as well.
I did find... Oh, that's not anything, is it?
No.
I was going to say that's massive.
Always worth having a look though.
Is that just seaweed?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll put that back.
You can see from the colours as well that the egg cases blend in really well, so they can be really difficult to find.
Is it a case of literally diving into this kind of thing, or do we just...
Yeah, so...
Like, is that something?
That's it, yep, spot on.
That's an eye for egg cases. So what's this?
I have mentioned that one before, if you can remember what it is.
I'm going to say that is a great white egg.
Close, but not at all, no. So you can see that it's got those curly tendrils on the end, which was used to wrap around seaweed. So we know that this one's from a cat shark.
Right.
And then it's the smaller of the two species, so that one's the small spotted cat shark, Eggcase.
Nice. So I would then keep that?
Yep, so you can soak it in water, you'll see that it expands. You should then see the opening where the juvenile will have hatched out from. And then if you did need to kind of look at it for further ID, then you can do that. And then you need to make sure you take a photo of it, and then you can upload that with your finds as well, just so we can double check your ID and make sure that the right species was recorded.
And do you ever get like your hands in there? In like something like this where there's quite a lot going on?
Best not to, because you never quite know what you're going to find. So it's always worth kind of having a root around with a stick or with your shoe.
There we go. Another one.
You're a pro.
What species is this?
So that one, you can see that it's got the pointed horn on each corner, although it's missing one. So that one's from a skate or a ray, and then this one's from a thornback ray. So it's got these long keels along the edge here.
Have there ever been any rare sightings of shark egg cases?
Yeah, so the white skate, those egg cases aren't often reported, or the blackmouth cat shark. We don't get many of those ones through.
And what other benefits are there from egg case hunting?
So you're getting involved in shark conservation without having to get too wet anyway, or kind of shell out to head to tropical climates. It gives us a better understanding of species around our shores, and it's a fun project to get involved with. And as you've seen, you get competitive and you'll keep wanting to find them.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking us on this egg case hunt. And as you can see, the weather is taking a dark twist. However, don't let that put you off from getting out there and doing some egg case hunting.